everybody, it's Michelle, and I just had to come on and do a project right quick for you guys with my new unicorn bundle stamp and die set. It includes both the Unicorn Awesomeness stamp set and the unicorn die set, and I just love these. Unicorns are my favorite thing. I have been in love with unicorns since as far back as I can remember, and I just love this set. It has a precious little unicorn on here, and we've got the unicorn. He's got his little eye closed, or you can stamp the open eye there so that he has an open eye. He also has a birthday hat that can go on top of his head, and I really love that that bottom line that would complete the hat has been left out, because we would just have to mask off anyway to stamp it on the unicorn's head otherwise. So that allows for stamping that on there without even having to mask, and I love that. And then we've got a little heart and some sparkles, which I love, and several sentiments. Your awesomeness rivals that of a unicorn. Magic. And then we've got yours, so you could do your magic. May all your dreams come true. Believe in yourself. Happy birthday. You could also kind of mask off your stamping and say believe in magic. You could just do unicorn magic. So many different ways you could use those sentiments. I love that. And then on the die set, I love it as well. We've got the die that cuts out the unicorn after it's been stamped. We've got the sparkles, a heart, a star, the word magic in a different font than what we have it here. So you could just use a die cut and get a different font there. And a cloud die cut that we can do a cloud border, and I really love that. So I'm going to gather a few more supplies and see if we can put together a quick card with this beautiful unicorn stamp and die bundle. I'm so excited. This is probably my favorite stamp set that I own so far. I really love this. Okay, so I've got a white card base, top folding A2 size. I've got a panel cut to the size of the front of my card base from some pattern paper by American Crafts. It started out looking like this right here, and I cut out a section that I wanted that would fit the front of my card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I used this top dark purple part to cut out the word magic. I'm going to use that as a shadow. I cut it out again in a white sparkle cardstock, and also a cloud in the white sparkle. I cut out some of the sparkles in white sparkle, and they're so super tiny. That die may be better utilized just cutting out openings in your background, but I really wanted to try to use that white sparkle cardstock. And in my Misty, I've got a small piece of scrap Bristol Smooth cardstock that I'm going to stamp my unicorn on. And I love this unicorn. It is just so pretty. I'm going to get him in the center there, so I've got enough room all around him to cut out with that die. And I'm just going to ink that up with some Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink, which I have never looked up to verify what is the best use for that, but I've always found it to be good for any type of coloring, whether it's Copic or water-based. I like the Misty because I can stamp lightly so as not to smush the image, but I can stamp multiple times over and get a good solid image. And I think I'm going to use some colored pencils to color that in. That's why I like to use a very versatile ink when I stamp it, because I'm not always sure what I want to color it in with at the time that I do the stamping. But pretty much any kind of ink is going to hold up to colored pencils. And I think that is it for color. I'm going to leave the focus on his mane and tail. But I do want to put that back into the Misty. My stamp is still in the same position. And sometimes that waxy haze from colored pencils can overcoat your lines and blur them out a little bit. So I'm going to make sure that's back in position. And I'm going to ink up that stamp again and stamp one more time over the top. So we've got those crisp black lines over top. I just love it. Okay, so now we get to take our unicorn die, and I'm going to run that through my Cuttlebug. And let's see what we've got. There we go. I think that is so pretty, you guys. I just love that. And we are ready to start assembling our card. So first I'm going to put my background panel on. So now I'm going to add my cloud, and I'm going to pop that up on some foam tape. And I'm going to put my unicorn on some foam tape as well, but I'm just going to put foam on the top half of him that would be above the cloud, and the rest will be adhered flat since the cloud is already popped up and it's going to be on top of that. And I want to make sure to get a little sliver there on the horn, because I don't want that standing up there. It would sort of catch on the envelope and kind of get pulled loose maybe, and we don't want that. I'm going to use my tweezers to help me place that. And I just want a few of these little sparkles around here and there. And I'm only going to use some of the larger ones, because those tiny ones are just too tiny, I think, to use the pieces. Those would be more just for using for die cut openings. And I'm not even squeezing on my glue bottle, I'm just kind of tapping it onto the paper. And for my magic word, I think I'm going to use my Zig two-way glue pen, because I think that is just too tiny and intricate for anything else. going to first do the purple piece, which is my shadow. And I like to do this if you have word dies and you want to create a shadow. You don't have to have the shadow die that's larger. You can just cut the same word out and offset it in your shadow color. And I'm just dotting that on also. So now I'm just going to offset that slightly. So we have the sparkly word with the purple shadow. I'm going to get that down on there before I lose it. And then my white sparkle one. And I think that is so cute. I just love that. And then I'm going to take my Nouveau shimmer pen. And I'm going to give a very subtle little shimmer to the mane and tail. And that is actually trying to move the color of my pencils. So I'm going to go with a very light hand. Try not to move my color anymore. And last, I'm going to come in with a not so subtle sparkle for the horn. I'm going to use diamond stickles for that. I think I'm even going to add some to my sparkles here, just to maybe give them a little bit of dimension. And on the word magic as well. And just allow that plenty of time to dry, and our card is finished. And I think it is indeed magical. I just love this unicorn, you guys. I hope to use it on a lot more cards, and even in scrapbooking and all kinds of different uses. I love this unicorn. So I will leave a link in the description below for Concord and 9th's website, as well as to this unicorn bundle and the stamp set or die set individually if you want to just do that. So leave a comment and let me know what you think. I hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a like over on my Facebook page, and be sure to join our Facebook group, Crafty Minds. Also follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll have the links to everything in the description below, so be sure and check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.